Ellie, and welcome to my tips and tricks. Come with me, I'm going to show you something super special. Now, people ask me in this game a lot, what is your favourite bit about 1.0? And I've never known, till today, and this is one of them. The Galactic suit. This awesome Astroneer is unlocked right at the end of the game when you finish the story. But this Astroneer comes with something super special. In the customizations, when you go to the palette, you'll find Galactic. Select that and you will get one of the best skins ever. What do you think? Awesome, right? This Galactic skin is out of this world, and it shows the characteristics of the alien technology and the far stars beyond in Astroneer's galaxy. You also get this cool look through your oxygen lines. But this doesn't just stop at your suit. No, your backpack has had an overhaul too. Not only that, but your catalogue. Beautiful. So this colour scheme comes as a beautiful set. So what do you really think? Awesome! There's more to see, so come with me as I'm going to show you what else you could do with this skin. But before we do that, ooh, we got a boogie. Ooh, wait. So this skin not only applies to this suit, you can mix match it with all the other suits. And it looks truly special with each and every one. So whether you're a fan lover of PJ, retro, exotic, or Springfield, you've got your choice of any one. So it's time to show you how to unlock this skin. Over here, folks, it is time to show you how to unlock the suit with the big purples. So you know what to do. Come on, let's go! Each big purple needs power, and it has a cable just like our own. Convenient. Now each big purple on each planet requires a different level, from a small amount to a very large amount up to 28 amps. So we just need to give this one a little bit more juice, so I've got a generator. There we go. You'll trigger the big purple and soon it'll reveal something super special. Once activated, it will reveal an oddstone. This oddstone gives you access to a special technology, teleportation technology. There are multiple of these big purples on the surface and you have to unlock them, and there's one in the core. Now you have to dig down to that once you've activated one or more of the big purples. And here we are at the core, and this is what you're looking for, this alien technology that you need to activate. You can activate it by adding a resource that is required, and it shows you a symbol on the top. If you don't know your symbols, head over to your Astropedia and make sure you check out resources. So once you've activated all those cores, you want to take them up to the satellite, and then you can unlock the new skin. This truly is one awesome suit that you deserve. And I hope you're enjoying these tips and tricks videos, and if you are, show us a like, give it a share, and leave us a comment on what you think. So there'll be more tips and tricks videos on their way, so stay tuned. Bye! And welcome to my tips and tricks. Come with me, I'm going to show you something super special. Now people ask me in this game a lot, what is your favourite bit about 1.0? And I've never known, till today, and this is one of them. The Galactic suit. This awesome Astroneer is unlocked right at the end of the game when you finish the story. But this this Astroneer comes with something super. Hey, how we doing, folks? Welcome on down to Bro Zelly Gaming. You with me, Zelly? And we are back with Astroneer, and we're in a different setup this evening. The chat is back because we are here with an old classic here at BGG, which is Astro Chat. So that's something when the game progresses, we usually talk about what the progression's been, how people have found it, and yeah, it's been a while since we've done one. But before we go any further, the chat is just lighting up. Hold on a moment while I scroll to the top, and let's give those shout outs first on down. Wearing that crown as Turnip. How you doing, fella? Welcome on down. We got Professor Panel, any Buttermilk dude. VGD's up in the house. Owen, how you doing? Welcome back. Yui, is that how you pronounce your name? Says hi. Celeb Boss is back. Welcome on back. Lucas, how you doing, my friend? Mrs. Z's up in the house. How you doing, wife? Jack's up in the house as well. Everyone give Jack a nice warm welcome. You know Jack. What you do? Where are we? We've got Jacob in the house. Bernie, my good friend, and they're too late to be here as well. How you doing? Penman, welcome back, sir. We got Laban as well. How you doing? And Jeremiah. What is everyone? KG, welcome on down this evening. And we got Bunny as well. And over on Twitch we got Fire Dragon. How you doing, Fire Dragon? Welcome back. I'm glad to see you up in the house as well, Fire Dragon. So we got J E Rig as well. He's back. And Alan Reed, nice to see you again. So welcome on down, friends. It's nice to see that you're all joining here. A lot of familiar faces for the community, as this is a community discussion, as it says there, community discussion on Astroneer. So this evening, I kind of want to go through what we went through over early access, all the shift from there into launch and that transition, how that transition's gone over. But now, coming up to what is it? So it's a month today. A month today they launched 1.0. So over the last month, how's it gone for them? How's it been received by everybody? So I want to kind of hear from a mix of people. We've got some Master Flatlanders up this evening. Nice to see us here. Master Flatlanders obviously been anticipating wanting to get back to work. So I want to hear not only from the Master Flatlanders, but also people who've either played it in early access or people who've just picked the game up as well. And also got my side as one of the Astroneer content creators, and kind of how it went over from my point of view. But I'm in a very special world. And I don't know, in fact, I want you to guess where I am. Where am I? A clue is down, like, there. Down there. Right in the corner. And we've got Chris as well, who's our boss for this evening. So where do you think I am? I have changed worlds. I'm not in the current update. But where have I gone to? The quarry. Ooh. I'd love to go back to the quarry. I don't know if I've still got that save or I lost it. I believe that's one of the ones I lost. That was a golden one. Well, not the quarry. 10.5 bunny yet. Let's have a small drive over there. Gingerly go over. Now there's someone in the game obviously rolling this back. I've not rolled it back to the best performance of this particular main content update, because this one I do believe there's some big changes in it. I think it brought the atmospheric condenser in and the chemistry lab. HQ build, says Pedman. Turnip HQ, Bunny HQ, it is the Flatlanders HQ. We've come home. We've come home. So if you've never seen this before, this is the Flatlanders HQ, one of our community builds. Absolutely phenomenal. This was to showcase everything that we could do as a community, and one small build is our little home, showcasing all the small little details you can do, all the different things you can do. And all hail Lord Leo. Leo is back. But how you doing? Hey PJ. Old school PJ. Owen, how you doing, dude? Welcome on down. So Sheds TS as Bunny. This place is fantastic. Little FL flags there, and our Leo ball. Still the old school habitat. There's no RTG in this world, but there is a habitat in there though. But anyway, so I am going to be opening up our Discord in BZG. If we get a link down in the chat. Dan is up in the house. He's somewhere. There he is. He is home. I am home. But ooh, I think someone's in. I think did Jack manage to stay in? Okay, we'll see. But let's head on over and get this place lit up. Oh, it's so nice. So nice to be back. So many memories, so many hours playing in this world. Absolutely fantastic. Dan, the former Dobson, is up in the house right now. It's nice to see most of the teams up in the chat. Well, this is just, oh, I love this place. Right, I'm actually going to go back and turn all that off because, yeah, problems. Jack will probably got it booted out several times now. Bye, Jack! You missed the seat glitch. It's still possible. It's still possible. The Flatlanders command should come up. Sorry, Doug, I didn't see you there. On Xbox, new 1.0.9 is really jerky. Seems to lag and freeze more than the alpha. So yeah, we're going to be talking about everything tonight. Leatherman is up in the house. How you doing, sir? We're going to be talking about all this tonight and going through it. I've pulled up the roadmap. I've pulled up the leak soup to go through all the information that they're passing out. So I've got the devs accounts for it. So I want to kind of hear and also educate from my position and my knowledge of what I know, and you know, restore hope to some Xbox players. Hey, it's a Jackie boy. How you doing, Jack? Dude, you look a bit chilly. Did you put the fires on? Oh, there we go. Get a nice warm. Oh, toasty. Do you know one thing I wish we did? Was did this ruffled up instead of all flat. Not like coal rocks or something. But anyway, we're here. Do you guys and gals want to talk? Do you want me to show this place off? We take a seat and then we get chatting. Still as pretty as I remember it. Oh, Bunny misses Dan. We all miss Dan. Still laggy as I remember. As I say, this isn't the best performance. You gotta remember a couple of things. So, one, it was still in early access. Two, this save is massive. It's 32,799 kilobytes, which isn't much. It's only 39 megabytes, but for an Astroneer save, it's huge. For the amount that's gone into it, the amount that goes through it, in those lights in the wall, in the letters for FLHQ, that requires a lot. There's a lot in this build, a lot of detail. Alan Reed, chat soon as I have an early start. No worries, Alan, take it easy, dude. Hopefully you can catch us up later. Fast forward, just remember to fast forward 14 minutes. There you go, you can catch up. Show it off, Zelly. Okay, we'll show it off. So you've already seen the entrance, but on each side there's two wings to the HQ. We've got the main table, which is the Flatlanders round table. Technically not round. It's where we get together, we have meetings, discuss plans of what we were doing in the future in the build and what was to come when the release came. So on either side, I mean, there's a slight difference. I'll show you this side before we move on. We'll start off, we'll go down, out and up. So on this side, you've got all the modules laid in, nice and flat. Little details in the ceiling. Oops, all the lights are different as well. So we got a little coast for the lights. Pank came in. He was our royal painter, and he came and painted a few different features behind the modules, just to make the walls kind of pop. The void, why is it leaning? Okay, so it looks slightly like it's going up, and that's correct because it is. And the reason why is because how the old world was kind of mapped. So you had the voxel grid. When you started a flat and you get a host from Pankat as our royal painter, thank you very much, dude. Much appreciated for sharing the love. When you go off on a plane, because you've got something round, and then you're trying to put, I'm looking for something round without picking up the Google. Yeah, when you put something flat on round, it just goes straight, and then as the curvature goes round, it starts to lift up. It's the same thing. Because you're going flat, as you're going flat, you end up going up because the curvature's going away from you. So you have these true flat zones. The larger you build out, the more that slant becomes more visible and more of a pain to play with. So it's important when you do builds that you build locally around your habitat area, or you go true north, true south, or you find each eighth as you go around the starband. I've done a video on how you understand how this world is kind of mapped with the voxel grid and where you can find the true flat zones. But yeah, that's why. It's because you're doing the flat from here, which is completely flat for your feet, but then as you go further away, it starts to lift up. So in the top, you'll see, as I say, all the lights, the different coves. We've got our chandelier, complete with diamonds. We're just coming in because again, this is when we got the chem lab and the atmospheric condenser. And again, on this side, this is a small little section here, printer zone, couple more modules. Again, nice painted size, inlaid storage, nice and flush with the walls. And then we got Mr. Smiley. Hey, Mr. Smiley, how you doing? Hey, buddy. So yeah, we've got FL as well, etched into the wall, and then you've got every resource smashed on there. And then we come around and we go down, and again, partly why the world is so large is because it's complex as well. So down here in this green room is our power room, and we've got our power going around. I've got the flux capacitor going there, and that pumps out the power in different ways to the base, and where we can activate our lights, we can activate certain modules, so we can shut down the left side, we can shut down the right, and have them alternate. And then down here leads to a garage. Should really have a torch on me. But yeah, all the vehicles are still here. Look, still not repaired. There's oil on the floor. Very messy indeed. And you got Pank's Royal Painting Station. Look at all this mess, Pank. Okay. So we're heading out, head upstairs. There's a bit more to show you. There's no worries, Void. Hey Wade, how you doing, dude? Welcome back. Everyone give Wade a nice warm welcome. Ooh, no. Bad news bears, bad news bears, bad news bears. Please don't. Well, it's good news. I don't know the death counter. But look at the size of the place as you come in. It's massive. Well, we landed where we're going to, which is at the top. Perfect. Oh, it's E to get out, not F. So here we go. So this is the section was done by Naughty, and it was our shuttle station for all our vehicles. Again, it's plugged in with lights. These are the delay. for strobes. Obviously the loading distance is the old school one. It's not as far as the Train 2.0. We've got 2 towers each side. This one, if you put the battery up here, it just makes a screaming noise. I can't tell you what it is, because you're going to have to go watch the video. It's awesome. You want to find out what screams. Try to pick up a large storage. I can't. You won't be able to in this one. So we've got another tower up the top. Nice contrast with the orange stairs. But it's just a absolute stunning build, and I love it when we all get together as a community and put our ideas and see what comes out of them. Hey! Come on, get out. Ow. Didn't go through the tunnel. I'll do that at some point. That's right. Let's get this party started. So, I'm gonna jump into a chat room now. So here's some of the kind of rules. There's, you know, there's no censorship in here. I want you to be honest with your opinions. Lone Rider, what's up, dude? The flux capacitor. Yeah. Douglas, welcome back as well. I missed radiated suit already. So yeah, there's no kind of rules. I don't want to kind of like nerf what you want to say. No censorship. Give one your honest kind of opinion about how you found the transition. Now I've had discussion with many people in here before, and there is some people who do have strong opinions one way or the other about the game. So please just be respectful of each other's opinions. Everyone's received it in a different way. Other than that, we're all good. Obviously family friendly. And that's it. Right, get in the seat then. Hopefully it won't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Be good. Be cool, man. He's being cool. Hey, Jack. Okay. That's the one. Ah, True Flat. What's up, Black Developer? Welcome back. How are you doing, sir? We are back in the realm of the Flatlanders. We are home. We are home. RTC5. How you doing? Hey, it's up. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I missed the build. How long did it take? So this particular build, I'm going to say 4 weeks, maybe a bit more. Many hours from many people, different influences in different sections, bringing just kind of one big build together. So yeah, that says about 3 weeks, but there was a few bits where it was either not worked on or was stretched over. I'm just getting the thing tidied off. Village builds were on the HQ, the Santa's Workshop, they were crazy. RTC, welcome on down. Thank you for subscribing and welcome to the family. As always, if you want to make the most of our family, we're not just me. It's not just me. We're a whole community, and this is a prime example of what we do here at BGG, and we play a lot as well together. So make sure you join our Discord, and you can start meeting and greeting and playing along with these awesome people. Yeah, 4 weeks could be about right. It was a good process. Anyway, let's get in. So we're going to be welcoming on down whoever wants to chat. Just jump in chat room 1 or 2 and we get you pulled over. Hopefully the whole thing won't explode. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to bring in the master. If I bring in the Master Flatlanders first, if any of you's in the Master Flatlanders, I know I've got Dan and Jack up in the house at the moment. I've got Caleb as well, which I'm interested in getting Caleb's background. We've also got Bunny. Bunny's just jumped in, so that's awesome. Right, so I'm gonna pull Dan, Jack, and Bunny over. So these are 3 of our Master Flatlanders. But Dan is a bit more. He's our foreman. He's also an elder now, from his experience and time that he spent with the community after taking from the input that I've given him, or the training that he's seen with the flats, and he's developed it himself, and he's also then been given a team that he can go work that with. So he's one of our elders. So he is. What's that? What is? So the max player limit is 4 at the minute. How you doing, Martin? Welcome back. So yeah, it's still 4 in this version. If I was on Windows, I'd probably still get 6. But yeah, Dan, the former Dobson's back up in the house, and let's get him in. So here comes Jackie Poos. Oh, Jack. I don't know if you know, but Jack's a bit upset. Don't mention the gold suit to him. He's really upset about it. So welcome, Jack. How you doing, buddy? Oh, I'll make sure I've got yous all on. Ooh, hold on. Sorry, Caleb. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Should have Bunny, Dan, and Jack. How he's doing?
You left Caleb.
Hi.
There we go.
So how yous all doing?
Yeah.
Not too bad.
I'm having
Okay.
some problems.
How are you?
This is just the way it is, RTC5. I mean, the more people you tell, the more we can grow. But I'm super happy where we are. Permanent, as a console player, I'm aware that lag has been an issue for some time. However, I have faith in the developers to deliver a fantastic product. Yeah, straight off the bat, before we go anywhere, this is, again, not... It's no kind of like... See, it's like an attack. It's all for everyone here, especially in this room now. We really care of the development of this game because we put so much time into it, and it's given us so much back. Not only has it given us the opportunity of meeting each other, we've got the opportunity and time and fun of playing together as well and learning from each other, and it's all just been a fantastic experience. So for me, yeah, it's all positive, man. So anyway, yeah, so early access. It's been quite some time. It's been 2 years. Over those 2 years, watching it grow.
I don't know. I'm having some problems finding File Explorer computer.
I guess I'd like to just start off by saying I feel I've already gotten my $20 worth and more. So
Definitely, KG. Yeah, I mean, if you put a price for hours, I mean, even if you said like, if you get for every 2 hours you'd pay $1 for a game, right? At least. What am I on? 4,000. So, in theory, what? Just under $2,000 in time. If that was the math or equation that you put, 2 hours of joy, you pay $1 for it. Value for money from kind of all of us really here has really got that.
And see, I'm kind of on the opposite of that.
Yeah.
The old Astroneer, man, that game was worth $100 to me, easy, and that would even be cheap. But this Astroneer, got to be honest with you folks, I haven't even played it, and I wouldn't pay $10 for it.
Oof.
Which is Dan's honest opinion. Dan's been a big part. Dan hasn't played the game at all. He's not been really interested in wanting to join us and kind of look at it because of you know, what he feels that what we had in early access was more than what we got. So what would you say, like on the exchange of what we lost to what we got?
Yeah, it's even for me, it's like I was telling you before, Zell, even beyond the true flat. Just everything they said that we would have in this game. You know, the 8 players, the
What's that? Wharf, 1,327 hours of fun and counting. Best $20 I've ever spent. Yeah, value for money. What's up, DC? How you doing, bro? Sinead, how you doing? Yeah, value for money. You can't really disagree for the time that we've all put into it, and the joy that we've got for it. It's crazy. But Tree Flat kind of hit hard with a few people. That's got to be out there, and they've on the counter note, they've well ahead established that needs to change. That's why we've got True Flat 2.0 coming up, and they're really looking at it because they know that it's an asset and it's a way of life for some players, and that not having it in. I mean, I know Dan gets a lot of joy out of building. That's his play style. So.
Oh, it's same for me. I mean, it was a huge loss, you know. But you know, stuff happens. I've got almost 600 hours in the game. Not quite as many hours as Ellie, but I love True Flat and I love building, and that's my primary thing too. But I also love doing all the other stuff in the game, and I think in 1.0 it's created some story and there's puzzles and there's something to solve and something to do and work toward, and that's kind of cool. But I want my True Flat. I want it back.
All the progression is nice, but bottom line is the build. It's so calming in a way, and I mean, I as I was describing it, it's very therapeutic because you spend that. It's frustrating as well, but once you've kind of got it and you get it flowing, it's so therapeutic. You're just taking the time and just swooshing it out and watching the edges just kind of fold and form in your own different way, and they can pop out in different ways, and you're like, ooh. So
I call it a Zen experience.
Yeah,
that's what it is for me. It's just, you know, I can get lost in doing all that.
Bradley says I agree with Dan. I haven't played the game yet since the early access update, but I certainly enjoy watching Zelly. Thanks, bro. DC Zelly, do you have Xbox license code? I have, because I haven't got Xbox. Let me check, dude. If I haven't, I'll put a little shout in the community and see if one throws you a card. Cody, welcome back. How you doing, Zelly? Hey, Zelly. If they make mods to be able to get True Flat 1.0 and they make it super easy to flats and build, are you still going to let people into your Flatlanders group? So that is a really, really good question. Everybody is welcome. There's nobody shut out. It's not about skill level. It's about if you have the desire to want to do something, be a part of your community and build it together, then you're more than welcome to come down and join. And it's not all about building as well. You'll know that we've got Master Sparks, we've got painters, we've got researchers, so we've got different roles for different people for their different skill sets or their desired learning within the tree of life of Astroneer that we've created in the Discord. If they make it easy, I mean, it's great for most. Will it take most of the therapeutic side out of it? I think it'll still give a lot. I mean, building for me gives longevity to the game massively. I am about to celebrate 2,000 hours just on Steam, and I can't remember what I'm on, but I'm around 1,500 on Microsoft. So a large portion of that time has been building worlds, playing with things, and it's I couldn't tell you how much it's multiplied it by, but it's a lot. As long as well as the other content into the game, because there's a lot of it there. The Earth should be flat, period.
Right, Zelly.
Thank you very much, Tobias.
The building is what brought me to the game. I mean, I knew about Astroneer. I had watched it from other people, but I didn't play it because it wasn't really a game for me. And then I seen you and what you were doing with the game. I picked it up right away. And look what it became. I've got 1,600 hours in the game myself. And just the building that we're in right now, folks, you're never going to see this again because it's gone.
No, I don't know.
They told us all they were getting true flat on the server that they were playing. And they weren't. They were getting their version of true flat because they didn't ask people who build in the game. And this is what we got. We didn't get half of what they said we were supposed to get in this new version. The storages don't open. We still get massive lag. The game is still crashing. There's still only 4 people. It's not what they said they were going to give us, you guys. And I mean, everybody plays different. Everyone's got their own opinion. The game looks beautiful. I'll give them that. But it's not the game that I purchased.
Well, one big thing was that they did say that 1.0, the official launch, is going to be a completely different game. The storage was mentioned, but it was set in solid in stone whether it was going to be opened or closed. I hope that still becomes a feature. But it is a good point, Pam. I try to see things from both sides. There is stuff that we thought, like True Flat was said that it was going to be in the new build in Terrain 2.0. So us as a community, we kind of put that bar up there, like we're going to get all this cool stuff that they've showed, all the new flora, all the just the different colours, new planets and stuff. Cherry on the top, bam, we can do True Flat. And once that cherry was whipped off, we were kind of like, ooh. And yeah, it is kind of like a harsh wax strip to take off. It was a bit painful. How you doing, Coppery?
I've heard before that you know, there's a big difference between True Flat, what it means to us, and just smoothing the surface. And I think a lot of people are who don't know what we do or don't understand it. You know that it's not easy to explain. And from what I've heard, even the devs don't completely understand what we do. So, is there a way? Obviously, we can roll back the game. Is there a way that we can invite some of the devs to come into the older version of the game and show them what we do, specifically teach them to do it, and then see what can be done to implement it in the game? Because if they don't understand it now, how are they going to implement it in True Flat 2.0?
Yeah. Okay.
Are they going to, you know, and it's been talked about that perhaps they're just going to give us mods that make it more, you know, easy to achieve that. Is it going to be the same thing? I think if they don't understand how we got it and how much fun it is to do and how creative you can be with it, I think if they don't understand the basics of that, they're not going to be able to implement it well enough for anybody else to enjoy it the same way. So what can we do to reach out to them?
I can always get in contact with them. Kind of reach out and just say, look, we want to kind of help towards it. Is there anything that we can do? I mean, when we look at the early access build and how the mechanics of how the train forms and is snapping onto specific angles is because it's following the exact channels of the voxel grid of the way it goes. So you've got vertical lines going along, and then you've got horizontal lines, and then you've got diagonal lines going that way, and you're finding that specific snap point. So if you get a cube and put pyramids on all sides, that's what you're looking at for the voxel, and it's repeated,
right,
and giving you all those shapes. So,
but from what Brandon, I think said, I think it was Brandon that said they didn't change anything, but obviously something's changed.
Yeah, well, they said that they didn't change much in the code that would really kind of affect it. We seen it on Exotic Moon when we got that
that early access to the Train 2.0, the way the train in the current update moves is the same as it was on Exotic Moon, so it moves kind of really fluid, and it's got no boundaries. So,
and we were told it was bugged, and that it, in 1.0 is going to be fixed. So
yeah,
like I don't think they understand. I feel like there's a disconnect.
Right, Bunny. But to be honest, it's more than just a true flat. I mean, if you take true flat out of it, because being honest, they admitted true flat was never even supposed to be part of their game.
It's not. It's something that we exploited. We found it. We exploited it and put it out there, and it got wonderful.
Yeah, they never meant to have true flat as a thing. This thing with these angles snapping on, they never implemented that. That was just something that was there. It never got picked up on, and then somebody picked it up one day, and they were like, "Ooh, this does this." But then they've already been working on the idea, right? We're going to. I think they switched engines early on the start, and then as the engines upgrade, they were able to do this Train 2.0 and upgrade their train system. So they were already committed to that and focusing on that. They couldn't really go wrong. Well, they obviously
right. So, both, like as I was saying, though, Zelly, that aside, it wasn't supposed to be in their game.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as they told everybody that no, we're getting true flat, it's going to be part of the game, them as a company took responsibility for it being in the game. And it's not. And neither is half of what they said was going to be there. They told us all, hey, we're holding this game back 2 months because it's not ready. It's not stable. It's not going to run right. We want it to be right.
Mm-hmm.
We all appreciated that. We all had no problems. We thought that it was the best move for them to make.
Yeah, we all agreed.
So with all the crashes and all the bugs that you all are getting now, what were the problems they were having 2 months ago? How bad was the game? And why were we testing this old game for 2 years for them to get the game that they gave us now? When it's not
dedicated servers that caused the problem of for 2 months specifically, and they're still not ready, but they're coming.
And to say, for most of you folks that really don't know me, a lot of what I could be saying, I could be way off because I know nothing about computers and programming and how it all works. I'm just saying this from a consumer point of view. This new one is not the game that I purchased, and there's nothing in this game to draw me to play it anymore.
I wish you'd give it a shot because it's kind of fun and I miss you.
We all missed out. We won't come in.
Being completely honest, I've tried to watch Zelly's streams. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I see all the bugs. I read a lot of people having issues with the game. There's some people, folks, and I know this ain't happening to everybody, but they can't even play the game for more than 20 minutes before it crashes on them.
Yeah, well, they've gone through that whole...
That's the game they held off for 2 months, and granted, I know it's a very few people, but it's still happening.
I think that's the point of where the new game came in. Now, whether or not it could, I don't.
So why not have a year-long beta?
That was the other thing that me, you, and Dan discussed of it. With it being a new game and new launch, would it not have gone into a beta tester? But having the 2 years of early access, I think that really ate enough time up for them. Or I'm not sure.
I kind of wondered about that too.
Well, yeah, I would agree. That was enough. That was enough time to. That was enough time to test the old game.
I may not.
I think personally, if we have more time,
watching a lot, that doesn't mean I'm not reading the forums and keeping myself informed about a game that I've got 1,600 hours in and that I miss very much.
Well, keep in mind too that a lot of the stuff you're going to see on the forums are going to be the negative things. You're not necessarily going to hear from people.
Yeah.
You know, in the same way.
People like to go
saying,
to
"Oh,
complain.
I'm having no problem at all. I'm just spending hours and hours playing this game. This is just wonderful." You know, some people will do that, but you're going to hear more of the negatives because people are looking for help.
Right. No, and I understand that. And like I said, it's not like I haven't watched it at all, you guys, because I have. And the game itself, it does.
What's up, Code Red?
it's just not the game that I used to play anymore.
It'd be really cool if we were able to have both the old version and the new version playable side by side.
That's what I think will happen for this creative mode, and that's what I might say. If they can't fix this terrain, if they can't they either can't fix the terrain 2.0, they might be able to revert it back in the creative mode, because I think that's where the terrain 2.0 is going to be placed within that creative world. So whether you could spawn in the old terrain system or the new terrain system, they might make that a thing, or they might just bring in some augments that will be able to allow you to do it. But I think they're going to do that anyway, from one of the comments they said, which was in Discord, was that they won't have to, people will no longer have to watch the rigorous routine and things of Brozelli to be able to get true flat. It'll be nice and easy for everyone. So in that I believe that we will get an augment that will allow to pull the terrain. I hope, and I think if that is the case, if it is an augment, I think there shouldn't be a problem with the terrain 2.0 system using that augment. So that would be absolutely great. You might be able to get extra angles. I mean, this could work out even better if you think about it in the long run. If they bring out an augment that you can literally do degree by degree,
that would be really cool.
Be amazing, and then that would just really top it off for us as builders, and it would open up our world so much. So go do it.
The things we could, oh my god. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, that might open it up, and we could do that and be like, yeah, this was the best thing ever. Sorry, ever thought this. But you know, it is one thing not having it in the game. You know, it's this thing in the tail. But there's so much that has come into it, which has been great. I mean, just the whole story that you can go through with the big purples. That's a lot of fun on that adventure side.
Definitely challenging, I'll tell you. It's definitely.
Whether you're playing alone or playing with friends, it takes a fair whack. I think me and Jack did it in 3 hours. It was the fastest. But I think we already had the base set up, so we just blasted from planet to planet, plugging it in and doing the core. Wolf Rat, how you doing? I think it might be a user issue. I've only ever crashed once, packing a tractor inside the core. So yeah, there's some people that have had zero report crashes, such as Schneider was saying there, 0 crashes for them. Do you play kind of solo? Do you play multiplayer? The documentary as well, people who mentioned the documentary, it wasn't a link down below yesterday, but if you haven't checked it out, it's on NoClip. It is absolutely amazing, and your respect for the team and this game will just go absolutely soaring high. They need to make a whole update for the community. I try to like these new caves, but I honestly want the old caves back. You're not the only one who said that. A lot of people turned around and said we like the old caves. Now, I kind of like the old caves in a way because they weren't as predictable. So when I used to dig down, it was either hit or miss, and I'd be like, oh man, I've got to go look for that deep cave. But now it's just you just dig, you go straight down, you're guaranteed to hit every cave, every mantle. There's no solid forms there. So in that sense, I do miss it. The driving through the caves, definitely, being able to get around was a lot easier. But now it's a lot more on foot unless you kind of map it out. Coppery's on Twitch now. How you doing, dude? Switch it over. Ryan Pendragon, how you doing?
Speaking of the caves, Ellie, there's a large rover somewhere in one of those caves, fully loaded with a bunch of good stuff. If you want to go find it.
No.
I lost it. I can't seem to find it.
It could stay
gone.
How do you lose a large rover?
No worries, Void. Take it easy.
And it was fully loaded. Got good stuff too that I found. I died. Okay, and I couldn't find it.
That sounds
So,
like a personal.
is there anybody else who's up in chat who would like to come join the conversation? Caleb, you've been very quiet.
Well, I've actually been trying to figure something out. I can't seem to get the file explorer to open up on computers. It does not appear as though I will be able to join for the time until I figure that out.
Okay.
But, like you said, like you guys are talking about the true flag. I remember watching you before the 1.0 update, before they took away true flag. Like, there's stupid, crazy stuff you could build with that. It was amazing, and now it's kind of like,
Yeah, the building side, it's very, very deflating from what you could do. I mean, it's all about what you can do, the limit of your mind, and what you can see and put together with the simple shapes that you've got.
Well, me, like, one of my biggest things that we're working on right now is a spiral staircase that goes down to the core. I've currently broken into the mushroom biome, and I've probably spent 20 out of the 23 hours, 24 hours I've been playing this. Working on that alone, like, I've got the mod for the terrain analyzer, wide mod, boost mod, I have real mod, free. And I'm walking around with nothing more than just one thing of tethers, thing of compound ready to make tethers, a small work light, and the rest of my inventory is just soil. And maybe, and that's it. Like, that's all I've been doing. Because, to be honest with you,
You're breaking up, dude. No, you can't do that on Switch, Capri. Angle selection would be a great addition, yeah. Setting those angles, even if it's not degree by degree, every 5 degrees, every 10 degrees. If you give us more, the merrier, the more we can do with it. Yeah. I mean, it's coming now.
Somebody's in chat.
Fire Dragon, I don't know if you put any comments. Fire Dragon's, if I believe it's the same Fire Dragon as one of our Master Flatlanders as well. So Fire Dragon, if you got anything that you want to put down in the chat, or if you want to come and chat with us, let me know, join our Discord. So the transfer over, from my point of view, the majority of it, I love it. I mean, the true flat thing, yes, is a fact that I've got to the point where I've overcome that. Now, I know I can come roll back and come play around at any point that I want. Yes, I will miss those other things, but there is other ways that you can get actually, I'm not going to call it true flat, it's, because I don't...
True flat-ish.
Yeah, true flat is what we call this build structure, right? How it follows the voxels. Be Bad Man, how you doing? Thank you very much for following, brother.
Hey, real quick, Retro's in the chat room too.
Oh, okay. I'll bring him over. So, the true flat follows this build, not Terrain 2.0, this build's voxel grid. So how it forms on this particular build, that is true flat. You can't get that on the other build because it doesn't follow that. You do get flats. But you can get the flats off other flats in there. If you really look, you can manipulate the world's natural ones. The way the terrain spawns in 2.0 is completely different to how it is here. It's not as smooth. It does have sharp edges. If you look at those canyons where you've got those cracks near the mountains, and you'll see those jagged edges. Start playing with them, because you'll start finding those flats where you can start playing that out. And you can get pretty far with them. There's also a couple of tricks with the alignment mod. Really am trying to push all this work out. I would love to talk with you guys, but sadly I can't chat for today. No problems, Fire Dragon. They made fake flat more like true flat, and true flat more like fake flat. The world is flat, my friend. So let's pick Toby the dog up. Oh, it's not letting me grab him.
I feel like the world is flat. That used to be like a common misconception really way back in the day. A few people have just taken that to the
my Discord's crashed a bit.
This, yeah, it's true, but like just some of the stupid stuff that people say about it today.
Well, again, I think there's a lot of people who don't understand it. Anyway, guys, I've got to go. I have to work. I'm slave to a paycheck.
All right,
Bye,
buddy.
buddy.
Well, take
Nice
it easy.
chatting with you.
Thanks for coming on down.
I love all you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye, buddy. So I kind of want to run
How you
through
doing,
the
Retro?
roadmap. Yeah, Retro's now in. How you doing, buddy?
Retro's
only
gone.
play single player, but I feel we gained more than we lost. The new terrain is interesting and diverse. I love the new caves. I don't typically miss the old caves. There's bits that I miss about them, but I do like the new caves. I like the depths of them. I do miss that mystery of trying to hit them. They're plenty resourcve.
Well, they were more like caves. Now it's just like layers.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you've ever seen the image on one of the vlogs, and also what they put out is
of the
section
world
cut through, and you just
Right.
seen the rings inside like it was a gobstopper. You just seen the different layers going round. Astro Beard, I've only crashed once. I get decent frames in solo. I've never learned your true flat ways because I anticipated this. Either it was going to be impossible or so easy. Either way, it was changing, so why bother?
Well, the easier to make it, the harder, the more things you can build, harder things you can build.
But he's just sitting back, he's just biding his time. He's just waiting for it. So I'm going to go over the roadmap. I'm actually going to pull it up for you. There it is. Look at that. Bam. All prepared. So if you haven't heard the roadmap before, this has changed in a major way since the update. It's now been updated. There's a few things that have been out of date, which I'll go through with you, which is 1.0 post-patch priorities. Coppery says, what I ultimately want is the ability to go to the early access system when you beat the game and have all the fun we used to. Well, if you actually set up a system where you can actually just switch out really quickly the versions of Astroneer that you're playing, really quickly. If you really want to see that, I don't mind setting up a video on how to do it. I'm staying on the scrap glitch version until they fix the true flat law. A lot of people have done that stack, man. They've rolled it back to the previous one where they've still got the scrap glitch. But just bear in mind as well, whenever you roll things back, you're obviously not getting the latest performance enhancements in there. Obviously from like 1.09 that bug was fixed, but it also had performance enhancements in there as well. So there is a consequence to rolling back because you're not always going to get the best performance. Also, if you ever do roll it back, don't give feedback on it. They don't want to know. It's in the past.
Zelly, chat room 1.
Chat room 1. We got Claire back in the house. Okay. I haven't played with True Flat and it was fun. I just couldn't get it myself. The only thing I felt let down was by the dedicated servers. So dedicated servers was another low blow for us as a community because that's something what I've been especially hyped about. It's what we're all about as community play. The more the merrier. So when that wasn't coming, it was a bit of a was a letdown. And then we thought 1.0 might be coming then, sweet, be spot on, and it didn't come with 1.0, and we were told just prior to it, but then we were told that more than likely it would be with the first main featured update, which, as we're going to go through the Trello page, is the Wanderers update. So will it actually come with that? Might it come after? Don't know, but it's a highly anticipated one.
So my only response to Astroneer would be, why, as a developer, why wouldn't you want to have as many assets in the game to accommodate as many different play styles as possible? From a business standpoint, that would be that would just, you know, make the most sense, you know, sell the most copies, blah, 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 all that.
For me, I think it was kind of up against the wall, really, from how much had changed. And again, that whole, it's a brand new game. So it wasn't really tested in a way where things could have been picked up. I know I got it a couple of days before, so we picked up on a few things. We know that the scrap glitch was picked up before launch. There's several other small bits, and there's still more out there. But every game kind of has its issues. We all know that. But they've worked hard. In the last month, we've had 9. Is it 9? Does it jump up to 9? Well, we're on 0.9. So we've had a ton of patch fixes and performance improvements and bug fixes as well. Hey, what's up, Nova?
Right, that's what I'm saying, Nova.
True Flat not being here is actually kind of keeping me away from the game, and I was just getting into True Flat and messing around with it, and then it was gone. So as I believe that they've realised and gone, wow, there is a community, there's a lot of people that like this building. People are kind of upset that it is gone. We're going to work on it. So hence True Flat 2.0. Now what I've said,
a big old city plan. I mean, there's at least 12 or 13 people just in your Discord alone that I was looking so forward to building with. I mean, the talents that have been developed with what you've taught us is just amazing. I mean, look at the village. Look what people did there.
yeah,
Unless they bring it back, we're never going to get that again.
yeah,
It's sad. It's very sad.
it is. That's what we're known for, is the building. I've took it on the chin.
Fire Dragon.
Yeah, Fire Dragon says, I just love the line of damn. This is not the game I purchased. Not because I think it's funny, but because I think it's perfectly summarized our current situation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just feel like they had us testing a game for 2 years that we're no longer getting to play. Like I said, the game, $20. Oh my God, I'd have paid way more. I mean, I've donated games for people. I've purchased the game for people. I don't want people to think that I absolutely despise Astroneer. I'm just disappointed in what they've given us compared to what we had. Half of what they said they'd give us isn't there. Even taking True Flat out of the equation. Half of what they said we would get is not here.
Can't argue with the man. Bernie, thanks for the streams, Ellie. I gotta go. I'll see you next time. Sweet dreams, everybody. Everyone give it up for Bernie. Good night, sir. Look after yourself and sleep well, my friend. Right. Should we go roadmap time now? Can we go there? Looks like I'm so small. Right, so roadmap. You can see it there. As I explained, you've got to read the guidelines if no one knows what the roadmap is. If you do, sweet. I'm just going to bore you for all of 2 seconds. Yeah, I love this game to death, says Nova, but they bit off more they can chew. On 1.0, I get the studios goofed up, but it still hurts. They gain their vision. Yeah, so Astro says, I want True Flat back, not for me personally, but for my friends. There are things I would love to see added to the game, but ultimately it's not mine to decide the direction where they go. Wolf says, Dan, if they had 8-player servers running and a terrain mod that snaps angles, that will satisfy you. I know I would be.
If they brought True Flat back into the game, or as I was even telling Zelly, any form of building, even if our tabs were something that we could actually go into and build stuff in there, like games like Subnautica and Imperium Galactic, any kind of building to add something to this game.
Yeah.
The glitches and stuff, okay. Everybody tells me, because again, like I said, folks, I don't really know nothing about computers. This is to be expected. So as long as they keep working on it, that's fine. But all I'm saying is what brought me to their game, the building aspect of it, and what Zelly does, is no longer there for me.
Oh no.
Oh,
I took it on the chin quite hard, man. But I have faith. That's one thing I have, and I've said it. I've said it all along. I have faith that I'll come back. So I'm gonna keep strong. I mean, I think the reason why they didn't go the 8 players is because dedicated servers weren't running. Milan, how you doing? Welcome on down. Brand new subscribe to BCG. Welcome to the family. What was I saying? Give the gap. What was I saying? Completely distracted then.
I don't know, but to go back to Astrobeer's point, it is your decision as a gamer with your wallet. Not necessarily ours because we've already bought it, but maybe future DLCs. And if they want to continue to sell copies of the game, they'll listen to their community and try and work with them the best that they can. It's not just, in my opinion, not just for SES, but for any developer, any game. It's a relationship between them and the gamer, and if they want to sell copies,
Right. Everybody's play style is different. Everybody plays whatever games for different reasons.
Yeah, what's up, Ruff? He's coming. Hello! On vacation, but definitely wants to stop by. Thank you very much, dude. Enjoy your vacation. Get out of here. Crazy man. Zadev, how you doing? Hi. Welcome on down. So, yeah, let's get into this roadmap. So the guidelines, just really, really quickly. It is not a shipment. If I read it, this development roadmap. Not a release roadmap. As often as possible, we will list the updates in order we intend to release them, but timelines are subject to the realities of game development, but we strive, we will strive to update you as soon as possible when things change. So if you haven't checked this out, join the Astroneer Discord, go slam it in the bot commands, exclamation, RMAP. I think it is RMAP, or you can do roadmap. I believe now there's 2 of them. But you've got patch priorities, which is network performance improvements, tether system optimization. Now, talking about tether system optimization, there was some information that was dropped over in Leak Soup on Astroneer's Discord. Again, links below if you want to get in there. Check Link Burrito. Leak Burrito, not Leak Soup anymore. Where was it? Someone said about the tether system. Where was it? I think it's there. Okay, so review for AS6231. Optimization for making and breaking tether connections much faster now. Oh, that was the thing that was posted regarding tethers. So crash fixes, improvements, overall stability. So that's kind of what they're working on at the moment. This achievement, which is delved greedily into the deep, I do believe that was fixed in the current version 1.0.9. Sometimes vehicles will remain stationary despite being powered. Yeah, they kind of get this super glue, stick to the floor with the terrain. Objects may fall through the terrain when players move far away. So as soon as you get out to that area of effect, they're probably dropping. But after the patch priorities, I think is our first major update, which is this one here, if you can see it. It's the Wanderers update. Now, we've talked about the Wanderers update. It says there's a new adventure. So, I don't know what that means. Is it a new adventure that they're going to add currently into the world? Is it a new adventure they're going to add to the story? Is it that point where you go at the end, and you know, if you've not seen it, spoiler incoming, but you go through the portal. Is that adventure after that when you get through there? There's something else I'm going to throw in the twist. There's a new suit and new pallets. Horns for the vehicles. Yes, I've wanted that for a long time. It's finally coming in. So horns for the vehicles. This is something again where it's got to be community driven. Of saying we want horns on the vehicles. I'm always bleating on about it. Want horns for the vehicles, and if I'm usually bleating on about it, someone else is going to bleat on about it, and we all want to beep 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 beep. And it's only fun. Gotta have a horn. So that's going to be absolutely super if they come in. Now, one thing that it says right at the bottom that I'm super excited, because when they brought out 1.0, I automatically went straight back to, I think it's vlog 25 with the vehicles, because the tractor was there. Now, in that vlog, if it is that vlog 25, correct me if I'm wrong, could be 27, but you had new rovers that we hadn't seen before. So we already had our medium and our launch, and then we got our buggy, then we got the tractor, but right at the other end there's this big behemoth, which is absolutely massive. We haven't seen that, but below it says Exo Dynamics personal mobility object. What's that mean? What do you think it means? Personally, for me, I'm gonna have two guesses at it. So the vehicle that we saw at the end, the smallest one, I thought was like a little Segway, you stood up on it. But now I believe it's the roller skates. That'd be so cool. I believe that to be like a little Segway, but I think that was actually the tractor, or it was stretched out to be the tractor. I have to look at that vlog and re-jog my memory. But if it's not some sort of Segway or a hover scooter, I'm thinking small thrusters for your jetpack. So I think you'll be able to build tier 1 thrusters, and when they are specifically connected to the auxiliary slots, they face down and go out. That's what I'd like to see them do. Or the jetpack mode you switch into. Imagine having a skateboard like in the new Warframe expansion. That would be cool, says Andrix. Welcome on down. So that's it for the Wanderers update. That's under there, but again, what is in there? Is there going to be any new items, new modules put in there? Because when I thought Wanderers update, I'm thinking that you're gonna have to survive out in the wild a bit better on your own. But it could just be the storyline. What happens if Maple comes in Wanderers update? Maple was mentioned again by Joe, so because we were like, "Where's Maple? Where's Maple gone?" That was the other ultimate tease that we got in early access, was this Maple, and it drove people crazy, just as much as Train 2.0 did. So I'm wondering where we're going to see that. Moving on to the next bit of the Trello page. People are excited, but I don't know if this is a separate thing or whether it's going to be squished, because they did say it's going to come with the next major update. If it does, it doesn't. Yeah, it does, it doesn't. But dedicated servers are down there. Crossplay between Steam and Xbox via dedicated servers. Smash. Cody says Jetpack. Just remember, when the PMO comes out, you can't roll skate in a buffalo head. Maybe scattering collectibles that reward you for exploration. Are you wandering? Yeah. Maybe there's a new planet. Maybe something happens. Goodness knows. So that was. What else was in there? In-game server browsing and favorites. So yeah, you'll be able to, as the layout for the, it's completely different on this one. Sorry, as the new layout for the menus, you can see your friends, so you can see how dedicated servers are going to appear up there. It actually says coming soon at the bottom, I believe. Server management and moderation. So that's something I'm really interested in when it comes to the servers, of how we're going to be able to manage them. Is it going to be seeds? Are we going to be allowed moderators, or to select moderators so they can either kick and remove unwanted players that are obviously causing issues, or for whatever reason? I'm hearing some nostalgic storms in the background. That takes me back. Yeah, the storms in this build. Squeaky chair. Shush. Well, there's some storms in this build.
UPS delivery.
UPS. Smash. So the next section is creative update. I mean, wait, sorry, I'm just blasting along. What are your thoughts, folks, on the Wanderers update, multiplayer update?
I'm sitting here listening to everybody and thinking about it. I know I'm only one person, but as a consumer, one thing that would bring me back to try their new game is if I heard it from the big man telling me himself, not from Joe. Joe's a wonderful guy, but we all know he's just a community voice for SCS. I want to hear from a big guy telling me as a consumer True Flat's going to come back at some point. Don't have to give me a date. Just tell me yourself that it's coming back, and that would make me come back to your game.
I think they've gone out on a limb and said it's going to come back. I mean, they've got it's in the next section that we're coming up to, which is the creative update section. They've already turned around and publicly announced that they came into our stream here and turned around and said, "Look, Zelly, we've heard you. We've heard your community. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix it."
Now, I've heard that, Zelly. I've heard about the creative part of it. Now, I'd be interested to see, though, because I've heard other people explain this also. Are they going to allow people in the creative with you? Is it just going to be single player?
So that's the thing that I'm all about.
Because if we can't have our community in there building with us like we really, really, truly want to, what's really the point?
Yeah, that would be a pivotal point, whether it's going to be sat in a solo. So the thought process was, from my point of view, was if it's in solo, it's kind of going to suck, because the main thing is Astroneers best with friends.
It's friends.
So you've got to have friends with you, because it is more enjoyable. You get a lot more done as well. So would it be restricted to solo? If so, is what it is. Not the best option. Far from it. If it was put into a point where you could get 4 players in, that's what we've already had. So you know what? I'm going to cry over spilt milk. We'll take that. If it is allowed to be rolled out on dedicated servers, if you could upload the creative mode with Terrain 2.0 into a dedicated server, I think the majority would come back and come and embrace it and try it, and you know, give it that go.
I got a question for everybody here now, though, that's playing this game. Would you all continue to play this Astroneer if they keep rolling out new stuff, new trucks, but all the crashes and all the bugs still continue? Is it still a game you would play?
Well, I guess that kind of depends on point of view. If you have a good computer where, you know, it doesn't seem to crash at all, mine, even though mine is crap, you know, I might, but one thing I would like to see is True Flat.
I'm just curious. I'm asking for a reason. I'm really asking.
I would still play it. Definitely not as much.
Yeah, Nova said if performance was fixed, then maybe it would make it a bit harder to play. Yeah, I mean, I understand from that level, because I know that certain low spec or Xbox, the more added, the more has to be tuned.
I only asked that, folks, because even with the True Flat, it even got to a point for us where we all had to stop too, because of all the crashes. We kept losing hours and hours of
Yeah,
work.
we were losing 3 hours worth of work, even though we were saving in between.
Right. So
Fire
I just
Dragon's
wanted
just
to
said there as well.
Still keep playing.
Well, Fire Dragon's just said, I haven't even played 1.0 because of the lack of true flat. So there is that side that's missing, and I know they know that, and it's sad for me because we were on top, we were ready. Man, we were so ready. We were all geared up and pumped, especially that we knew we were told it was coming. So, I'd say our community, not BCG, but the Flatlanders community. If you don't know about the Flatlanders, there's some awesome people there. We spent a lot of time building together and coming together. Just some fantastic members.
Yeah, Astro, and I'm sure you're probably not the only one. I'm sure there's billions of people that are just absolutely enjoying the crap out of this game.
There's more content into it if you're not a builder. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. You got more content if you're a builder, because as a builder you're focusing on that. But I do believe we'll have our pie in it. No matter what, there will always be bugs to this game, no more how big or small. Yeah, with every game, can't get it perfect. I played 1.0, got all the Chivos I could, then stopped because there was nothing left for me. Right.
And right, you guys, that's what building does to any game, not just Astroneer. Anytime you restart, it's different because your imagination comes up with something else to build. And that was what was great about Astroneer. It was almost like there never was, because every time you reset the game, it was different.
Stakra says, True Flat made me want to launch the game, and True Flat kept me in the game. I just, it's hard to swallow, man. It really is. It's like, not hard to swallow, it's not there. It's hard to swallow just the rift. The Fire Dragon.
Void.
Yeah.
The void that's now there.
Yeah. That's it for me. It's like Fire Dragon. Fire Dragon is a phenomenal builder. Loves building.
Phenomenal.
And it does pain me a bit that at the moment we can't all get together and we can't all bash it out.
Right. I mean, just the things we all talked about we wanted to do when building the village. It was just wow. Just the ideas that came out of True Flat from people. The creativity that came out.
Just to imagine walking down the street in a city that we built, you know, and looking to your right and seeing way down another street, just seeing all kinds of buildings that we built.
I know a lot of people doing sculptings and stuff like that. I mean, there's a chap, he's up in our Flatlanders Discord, his name's Bullet. He does a lot of little sculptings and stuff like that, and he amuses himself doing these builds. He's done some great builds. I'm sure he's got a good side on it from him. Although I got a few people with a few things. But yeah, if they don't do something about performance problems, that is going to be the downfall of this game. From Dragon Wolf says, I'm not very creative, but I was so looking forward to the Flatlanders for what the Flatlanders could do with 2.0. Because he says the team of people working on this isn't very big, so I get why they are slow to implement changes and updates. It's not a big company that is making it. No, yeah, definitely. They're a small indie company. This is why we've got so much understanding with it, and with us growing with the game as well. I mean, playing it for 2 years is a lot. I've spent a lot of time playing this game because I've enjoyed it. It's not because it doesn't give me millions of views. It's not maybe superstar because I want to be, but I've played this game because I've always enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. It's very, very, very quite childish, but for mature, it falls in that kind of gap. But it's the whole package that I brought is just bringing players together and that interaction. but I can see a lot more coming to this game. There's so much potential that can be added to this. I was talking to the boys the other day, talking about furniture. If we could get furniture packed up, if they get that true flat, we can put stuff like that in there.
Right.
And start.
Chat room one, Zelly.
Yeah, okay. Start putting them in. I got a couple of more comments. Hold on to read. So the bottomy's up in the house. How you doing, sir? Welcome on down. The game is fun, and I will continue to play because I see the devs are trying to fix. I would love to see the angles and dangles return and manipulating the soil to mold the world and Astroneer to our likings. Couldn't agree more. I mean, this is not. I mean, this is quite an open session, so people have their opinions, whether for or against. And this is kind of what I want to see and hear is different people's points of view. So again, just keep that info coming in, folks, of what you believe. Artistic creators has been restricted in 1.0 for sure, says Penman. Take the instance of Mr. Bullet. Yeah, he was a true flat builder on Xbox. He's transitioned to sculpt and really awesome stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what I said before. He's really moved along. And people have continued in different ways. At the moment, the way I play, the current update is I'm still doing all my information. I'm still getting my videos put together and still playing around with things, and then doing the community streams and still planning the content that we do before I start doing the playthroughs again. Yeah, we're so excited to work on the HQ version 2.0 in the new update, but well, hopefully soon. But Zelly, you are a superstar to us. Thank you very much, Rumi. But yeah, I'm all for supporting this game, no matter what. Just some things are just not there at the moment, but they will be. Like I say, got that faith. But there's so much I can see implemented in this game. I want to see full-on industrialization. I want to see big, massive machines that could print out multiples of stuff. I mean, you think how much you can hoard from this planet? You can go get 30 quartz in about 10 minutes, haul it back up, make me 30 solars, you get a smash out, maybe 30 oxygen tanks or whatever you want. I really want to see this being industrialized and seeing what they bring into the future. Andrek says, we also need interior buildings that can truly enter and interact with. So Dan was saying this before. Yes, we were talking about like the sofas and stuff that we could put into the true flat buildings. And if they couldn't bring the true flat back, could we actually see functional buildings that we can get into? We'd love to see either or. Automation too, like Factorio, maybe, I don't know. Alright, so finish off this roadmap.
Don't forget about chapter 1, Zelly.
Oh yeah, sorry. Bring Zen in. How you doing, Zen?
Oh, now they're muted.
It's alright, they'll pick up in a sec. So creative update was the next section after the Wanderers. After dedicated servers. So you've got standalone creative mode. So that standalone obviously it's separate from the main game, but it also scares me the standalone as it's single player. New terrain brushes, that'd be nice. Creative mode suit, so be able to change your colours at will, maybe. Mix all the palettes up that you've got, all the individual colours that you've got. Or can you take certain key aspects to the suits, different helmets, then a different type of body, different type of backpack, maybe. So you got True Flat to 2.0, that's also in the creative update, and usability and accessibility improvements. Then moving on to potential future updates, so that keyword potential. So it's not definite. Automation items. Key for me to be able to fix automation, it's a really simple one. Might not be the way they want to go, but it is large platforms. Being able to collect those, that modularity, connecting those platforms together, you can get automation going to the sense that it would feed to each one. But you just have to get it so you could program it to once it's received the full recipe of those ingredients, that it automatically starts that and then does that on its own. So it'd have to be a separate thing kind of implemented when you pull up that little interactable catalog for each module. So new base building items and modules. So new base building items. New base building items. Base building.
Yeah, base building items.
That's an interesting one. So maybe that's what we were talking about. We're bringing in like stuff that you can. I mean, I'd like to see foundations being able to be placed. You can put your modules, snap them on the foundations and stuff like that. New size tier of objects, so that might be tier 4's going up. New resources, new vehicles and shuttles, interaction and non-interactive decor, player inventory management, new suit and pallets, player sharing and trading, and something that's been spoke about a lot and thought that was going to be coming in was a way of us trading between Astroneers, especially planets as well. So if you've got someone who nips over to Calidor and they want to send a load back, you can do. I think the simplest way of doing that is using something similar to a trade platform, but they'll probably reskin it to something completely different. In fact, you know what it should be? Those small shuttles that you see that are crashed. So I don't know if you remember them, like small little pods with the little legs. That's what they should be. If you think about it, you see those with resources in it. They only take 3, so they might get mixed up a bit more. Cartography and discovering objects, storms and weather events, and space snails. So space snails, definitely one in. Bill Captain, how you doing? Zelly, do you think the devs will keep adding to Astroneer long past? So in a way, yes. If you've seen the ending, if you've seen the documentary, this is not the end of Astroneer. They're going to carry on and keep going. I expect to see DLC coming for this, if not an Astroneer 2 coming after this. I don't think they're going to stop, and I don't think they should either, because if the game is developed in the right way with some of the right tools, and the game can go anywhere. It really could do. Keep implementing stuff when mods come into it. It's an open world space game that you can go crazy with.
One thing I would like to see added is, well, like, there seems to be life on it. You've got living plants in these. I would like to see like a source, like a water source or some kind of a liquid source where that comes from.
Well, funny you mention that. Since we got to the end of potential future updates, it then goes into new features released in 1.0. So that's kind of the end. One thing I've not seen on there is liquids. Have they just snipped liquids off for this one? Will liquids be in the next one?
Were liquids not on the prior roadmap?
Yes,
the one
they
before
were. So,
right.
So liquids were something they were looking at. Like Minecraft, yeah, exactly, Bill. I do believe this is the space version of Minecraft.
Oh,
I see it going that way.
Nicer physics. It's one problem I have with Minecraft. The physics kind of suck. You go to like jump while you're in a minecart, and you go 2 blocks instead of if you're going fast 15.
Oh, my restream shop. Oh, hold on. Lobotomy said, what about the way they did the O2 travel along the connections of platforms as the system of materials, etc. travel to needed places?
Oh, so using the same logic as transporting the O2 to transport your materials for your automated.
Yes, so that's what they originally had in very early days. I mean, if you've seen again the any of the early play or the documentary as it's shown in there as well, you'll see the way it goes down the tether line. I personally don't like that. That's my personal opinion. I don't like the way it goes down those tether lines. It's too fake.
See, I look at this roadmap and yeah, it's fantastic that they got a plan and stuff like that. But they haven't fixed the problems that they have right now. I mean, people have been trying to get the gold suit since day one, and they still can't get it. So why focus on what they want to do next month and start focusing on the problems that they have now?
I think that's what they're doing, they're taking it bit by bit. For the Wanderers update, the latest information I can give on for that as a time scale, as it was mentioned again over in Astroneers Discord. Make sure you check them out. You got the devs over there, fantastic team of mods and support staff. But so
right, the more they have to work on the problems that they have now, the less time that they have to work on this roadmap. So a good portion of what you see on that roadmap is probably going to be delayed.
I don't think so, because the way I see it, it's 12 months, right? I see them doing, we've got 12 months of content, and this is, on this Trello map, I think is the 12 months of content. And if you look at it compared to the Trello maps that we've had in the past, the Trello maps were chock-a-block over those 2 years, even just take 1 year, this is not that full. Now, not saying it's going to be easy for them. It's going to give them their own challenges, especially working out how they're going to do True Flat 2.0, which I think again will just be a mod for the train tool. But I don't see that they're going to back themselves into a real corner for time, really. But I see this is what they're going to add in 12 months' time, and then what we're going to get after that 12 months, I don't know. What they're going to launch. Just have to keep your ear to the ground, really.
Well, I hate to leave on a negative note, but
I
gotta go ahead and for hopefully what is my last surgery to help me get over my.
I think we lost you then, dude.
I gotta head in to go get my final surgery done, hopefully at least, to help me get over my cancer.
Oh.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, you take it easy and good luck for you, bro, and let us know.
Well, I mean, I've been keeping in contact with a couple of people, a couple other Discord servers I'm on, and they've been saying the same thing, and so far as it looks, this should be my last surgery.
Sweet.
Fantastic. That's good to hear.
Yep.
Well, good luck, brother, and
If any
I'm thinking of you.
on, maybe like an hour, 2 hours, I should be back on by then.
Alright, bro. No problems.
Alright.
No worries, dude.
See you later. So, that's roadmap covered. They've gone through all the other stuff. I mean, what they've put into here. New features released in 1.0. Let's just go through that. Terrain 2.0 technology. We got that 7 Terrain 2.0 planets, all reskinned, all new. New introduction planets with all new tutorial experience. Wind refractor, which is the new wind system. 6 new vehicles and shuttles. 12 new items and modules. Update to movement and objects and modules. The big purple system. New points of interest. Exo Rex. And other discoveries. Puzzle systems, 3 new puzzle types, 6 new hazard types, platform achievements, player customization system, 7 new suits, 15 new colour palettes, 3 new visors, 12 new dancers and emotes, and update out of game UI. Bam.
I think he was saying it's a 1-year roadmap.
So, with this roadmap,
I'll
is
give
there a
them the
timetable?
benefit of the doubt for now, but you know, I can't wait forever, guys.
Well, for True Flat.
Well, for you know, True Flat and other things to get better and performance and all that.
Yeah, see, for me, honestly, y'all, I want to say true. Just some form of building fixed the performance.
That's what it says. I would use the old power cable module as some sort of vacuum tube delivery system for automation. That would work. See, that would look a lot better than the tether system. I could see that being implemented. Vegio, what's up, dude? So yeah, there is no timetable as read before. This is development roadmap, not a release roadmap. Why I'm saying 12 months is because we're getting 12 months of free content. So that's why I think that this is the 12 months of content that we're going to get. What they're going to do after that, I don't know. But at the same time, they're going to be working on their next venture, which is possibly DLC to where that dude goes, if that's not the Wanderers update. I mean, I really don't know. Most of my stuff is also educated guessing work from just watching the information that you pick up where it's on the vlogs. Again, there's a lot of information that's been put out in that documentary as well.
Okay, can you teach me something? Because I'm having a disconnect here. You said we get 12 months of free content. How is it content for people that purchase the game?
No, for the early access folks. So that was the whole point, is that if you bought the game in early access, you're after its release, you're still going to get 12 months of updates. That's what you've paid for.
Okay, gotcha.
First person VR would be cool too, but that might be harder. I'd love to see it in VR. I've played it in VR, but it's in a desktop mode, so it's not the same thing. But I've still got it to wrap around, probably about here, and I can still look, and it's still pretty sweet. What was that video? Still waiting for a free cam and automation since the introduction of flattening ground. One thing I really want to see, and I want to have the ability to have, because you've seen how I do my videos. I like to do them cinematically, getting different shots and introducing that into the video itself. I want to be able to film that via a free cam and get these shots a little bit better, but maybe that'll come in creative mode. I don't know. Alright, where are we going after the roadmap? Well, after the roadmap, we are going to Picture Town, because we're going to look at wrapping things up here for the talks. We've gone through. Well, we've all had a chat. Gone through what we think. For the development, I see it still pushing through strong. I mean, the team's always been there. They've always been cut and clean and honest with us. But Lobotomy says, let's be fair, we have had a real spoiled past 2 years with this game. If one gets into Astroneer just now, they have no experience how good and bad things were, and still much more to come. So yeah, that's what I want to see as well, is players, or the opinion of players that have just picked this game up. From their point of view, it might be one of two things, because if they've just picked up fresh start February 6th when it released, they would have encountered all the issues regarding Xbox. So they did get a bit of a slamming when it came to that because of the performance issues. But they also turned around and said that the part that was supposed to be shipped with that didn't go through, so it followed up shortly after. Another thing about like you have to have their game certified, which takes time, especially on the Xbox side. Steam don't really care. They turn around and go, yeah, you need that certifying? Yeah, okay. If it breaks, it's your fault. And Xbox, they've got a bit more of a standard where, you know, this update has to be what you say it is, and it has to work. But yeah, Nova just said that the Xbox launch was botched. Xbox, it's got to be so hard to get right, to implement the best things you can and expect expect the box to run it.
Okay, but from the consumer's point of view, though, Zelly, when they came out and told us that they were holding the game back 2 months to get it right, that shouldn't have happened.
How do you mean? Shouldn't have happened.
Well, tell people that holding the game back because it's not right and we want to get it right, and then they release it and it's all botched. You can't even play it on one of the systems that they're on.
But you don't know how bad it was back then, so it might have been to the state of where they were like, look, if we release this, it's not going to go well. We'd rather take any kind of backlash from saying, look, we're going to have to delay it, than actually putting out what they had.
Right, then why not delay it again and have the problem that they had? And they released it. And
I think delaying it a second time would just be crazy for them to be able to pull that off. I mean, watching a documentary is, as I say, has given me so much more respect, not only for the game but more for the team as well. If you've watched it and seen what they've been through as well, you can understand of where you can understand a bit more. I mean, for me, this game isn't just a game; it's a bit more personal. I enjoy this game. I've got to know so many people. I say it's made a big difference in my life and in gaming in general. There's not many games that do that, and this is one of them. So I don't know. Just everyone's different. Whether you've got compassion for something that you believe that I've paid for this, so it should be this, or whether you,
well, let's face it. Video games, there's always been bugs, all the way back to Atari. I remember blowing into the cartridge just to get it to work, you know? So, I mean, that's expected. It's just they told us certain that didn't happen, and they took one of the biggest parts out of the game for a lot of people.
No, I get that. The good old days, says Rumi. Yep. Is it a bug or a feature? Yes. It's both. But that picture there that you can see down there, ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the very first pictures I ever took in Astroneer. And I took that, I think it was something like the 21st of December, I think it was. 5 days after they released the game. I call it happy accidents.
And just for the record, those weren't the old days. The old days is when the arcade machines would take your quarter and you're sitting there kicking the machine to try to get it back.
Give me my quarter, man. My quarter.
Those are the old days.
Come on, Pac-Man. Give me it back. So yeah, that's one of the very first pictures I've took. I've got absolutely tons of images throughout the years of playing Astroneer. Oh, look at that one! Good old titanium and lithium. The old base building. Oliver's trying to research. That was my very first house. Check out how flat it is. Vivid Colt, how you doing? Welcome on down, everyone. Give Vivid a nice warm welcome to BZG. Terrain seems can be a blast if you do it right. I can only play on Xbox and I enjoy it. and we'll keep playing. Good, Bill. I'm glad to hear that. The worst bug I have gotten so far in 1.0 was a world steam. Was that world steam, and another was my rocket won't land on the on a planet and just restart my game to fix it. Oof. Reloading games on what's that? On data sets. The old base building, good old memories, definitely. Loads of them, but that was the first day. We did a ramp to high as we could, and we just kept going and going. We built a death slide. That's the very first base. Man, this is long ago. That was an underground base that I built. This is crazy. There's that ramp again. Even then, it was just simple and beautiful. There wasn't loads of plants in it. It wasn't heavily. Yep, there's a picture of Zelly blowing the top off a mountain. That's when I was hollowing out a mountain to put a base in it. There's a floaty rover. Although floaty rovers.
Zelly, you've rolled back.
What?
Tether bomb.
What do you mean tether bomb?
The tether bomb.
It'll break in this world.
Yeah.
No, not breaking it yet. Oh, that was a world that I was building up. So I was getting the conduits. I was trying to do a tree. So with like big lily pads on each level. I'd have different things. So I was practicing getting the conduits up by just building it. And you get it. You get like the hologram to come up. That was a challenge. This was when I prepped a hole with 100 dynamite and 100 hydrazine. Rover, 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 rover. So many pictures. So that was, what update are we on? 0.3.1. So this was the dynamite and hydrazine. That was a base. I don't know if you can see it behind it, but it's actually a thumb up from a skeleton that's in the ground. One of the builds that I built. I remember when I built a base at the space station. Those were the days. Oh man, good old arid. Spaggy bomb. Oof. That's just typical. That. You did. Space station. Bubbles doing the sea glitch naughty. So you can see similarities where the terrain on arid is pulled up to in 2.0. You get those flat edges. Oh, bubbles. I had a problem with symmetry. I really love Astroneer. I've loved kind of growing with it throughout. I'm always going to keep playing it. I'm always going to keep going. I mean, this has not been like kind of a negative session. It's just kind of, again, just the expression of people's opinions throughout what they've experienced and what they believe. A lot of players have continued playing and loved it. I don't miss the spiky balls. I do. I do. But bam! Vivid Cole, welcome on down to the family. Thanks for subscribing, my friend. This was the 100 research bays. I've got to do a memory lane. I've got all these in a file. There's over 2,000 images and videos. Pajamas falling to the planet. There's some really goofy stuff. There's my igloo there. That's when I built 2 giant igloos and a big shaft down to the core. And this is where I really started to play with True Flat. This is where I started to get into it. That was my first flat tower I ever built.
What version was that?
That version is 0.6.1.
I'm sorry, Zelly. Pajamas just called me. Said you're not allowed to talk about him anymore because you've made other friends. And you don't use him no more?
Do? Oh, that's a funny memory. That's where a friend, Wainless, you know who you are, dude. He came into the game and he decided, okay, I'll leave now. He left the game and all that was in there, and I got stuck, and I had to get him to come back and fix it. Oh geez, Ellie, I first found you when you did those igloos. It was a great time, really good time. I missed that base. Little igloos. There's the other igloo. That's the one that had the it is there. We did all that true flat and we went down. There's the inside of the igloo there with all the storage up on the walls. Underground bases, copper, power, voids. Yeah! All hail Leo. Ooh, quicksand. Nice little rocket shot. Shuttle gone sideways. So we're at 0.6.2. That is a beautiful picture. I remember your save got lost and had to restart. I lost a few of them. Oh, okay, that's normal. There's the old printer. Oh, it's the old printer. No way. Man, it's always been beautiful. Oh, I've got so many. This is when the update came for base building. Me and Buenos were playing with it. Yeah, we were obviously playing with it. More playing. I could be here forever going through. Space station! This is where Astro started. Righty-ho. So, I could be here all day. I'm going to show you all these eventually because they are in one file to do a big memory lane. But there's the start of Astro Car when we started our power. Let's get rid of that. Get it off there. So, Tobias is nearly out of HP. He's took half damage. No way. I want a real spacecraft back. Voyager, Hubble, and New Horizons. I need to find out a bit more about these puzzles. They said there's 3. I'm thinking the 3 puzzles are the research aids, the gateways on the top, and then the core. So if they're not, we've got more to look at. But yeah, final notes, folks. If you've got anything else to say, let it be heard now. We've lost that page. Where'd it go? There we are.
All I want to say is I apologize to people who think I've just been real negative about the game. It's just, I love the game, you guys. I didn't start playing Astro till 8.0. And I got 1,600 hours in it. And it was my favorite game. I loved it. I mean, Zelly and I have become great friends. I talk to Zelly almost every day, whether it's Astro or not. But I just feel like they took something away from us that we all enjoyed. And they don't understand what they've taken from the game.
Well said.
For me, you know, like Astroneer was saying earlier, it's not a AAA goof up. It's not a No Man's Sky situation. I feel they've always been, you know, quite transparent and upfront. So at this point, I will give them the benefit of the doubt.
Bill says, thank you, Zelly. Keep doing what you're doing. Always, brother. Will do. Keep striving. And space is our shush squeaky chair. Can't wait to get a new one. Yeah. Always got to keep going, Wolf. No worries, Dan. Astroneer has been a great ride. Looking forward to the next twist. Schneider says, final words, as much as you have a version of the game, let's remember the version that Paul and Adam had for it and how far they've come. Couldn't have put it better, dude. Every time I see a Zeeb now, I think about the HQ showcase build vid. True Flat was never planned that when they started this, right? Yeah, so that was it. There was something that they never kind of knew or thought it was there, and never seen it as something until it got picked up, and then it was something, and people started to really get involved with it and started to push the boundaries, and that's where I came in and started doing some really wacky large buildings with it. So yeah, then it was brought to their attention, and it's as big as it is now for as many of the players as it is.
Right, Jay, I agree. Watching their thing where they showed when Astro got first released, they all went home for the weekend thinking they're going to come back in on Monday, have to deal with a few issues, and then next thing you know, they're all rushing back to the office on Saturday because the game just blew up. That's enjoyable to hear. Love hearing stuff. That's awesome for them.
It's got so much potential, and it's grown so much, and it's fantastic, and it's got so much more to go. And I'm still looking forward to the next 2 years. What are they going to bring in there over the next year? Remember the time I liked one of your saves by mowing the lawn a little too much? Well, when I had to go around and pick up like 50 to 60 organics because you weren't too happy, go Lily with your inhibitor mod. Yeah, Nova just went mental, and me and Dan were like, it's a mess. But from me, I've enjoyed it. Yes, there's things such as the True Flat, but I've put that True Flat aside and been building with it and looking at what we've been implementing. A few things that you'll see that is really different is the plants. There's a video coming up very soon, which you'll see what you can do with the plants. Some really fun things, and it's all about what I've been doing is all about looking for the new and the new. What can I do that's different with this, that's new in this different environment that's new? So putting all these things, different things together, hands were going like never hands. Putting all these things together within the new world and seeing what you can do with it, and especially with the stuff coming in the future. I mean, Wanderers update, dedicated service, creative mode, and much more. Yeah, I mean, most of it's been a really positive experience. We just missed True Flat. It's our thing. It's bound to happen. If there's anybody going to be salty about it, it's got to be us lot. So you've got to accept that. But it's because we care.
Just the True Flat, though, Zelly. It's the community that True Flat brought to the game.
They realise that though, and that's why.
Yeah, I just find it highly not likely that. I mean, they seem like intelligent people, so I don't find it likely that they would not want something in their game that is going to bring more people in to play their game.
Time to find another happy accident, says Rumi. Perma says, awesome game, awesome community, enough said. Yes. Couldn't put it any better. But yeah, this has been a bit of a different one because as I say, the Astro chats are usually just with the updates where we go through what's new in the update, we go through the patch notes, and we get feedback from the players and we see what's changed. With this one, it's been a big one. We've not done an Astro chat for a while, and with it being a big jump from early access to the full release. But yeah, it's had a good launch, a few stumbles, but everyone does. But yeah, it's still a fantastic game. I know I've been a bit of a traitor and come back to an earlier build, but that's because I had to. I've missed the place. But yeah, thank you everyone.
That's our down. Baby.
It is our baby. Oh, your baby. Jack, Let the battery go dead. No wonder it's cold. Crazy man. Charge my battery. Go charge it. This is going to keep you warm for about 5 minutes. Oh, okay.
Oh, there's 3 or 4 batteries there. So.
I know about. But yeah, we're going to wrap things up here. So, special thank you for everyone who's come on down and spoke with us this evening. Special thank you to Dan and Jack. And Jenny Lowback. Welcome back and welcome. Well, sorry, welcome back. Welcome because you got back here now. Welcome on down to the family. Sorry, I spit words. Ding. Make sure you say hello in the chat as well, so we know you're there and not a bot. I am robot. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up here. We've we talked to a few people, talked to you wonderful folks that are in the chat, and it's nice to know that you're all looking forward to the future and being positive, and that's absolutely great. And hopefully a lot more people are going to return once we get this building sorted. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on down. This has been Astro Chat, a bit of a heated debate and twos and throws this evening. But yeah, it's been a great one. Tomorrow we'll be back, some more community plays, so get yourselves ready. Whether we're going to be on Steam or Xbox, we might do a bit of both. But make sure you're there to tune in.
Yeah,
well then, good night everyone, see you around. Save True Flat, Lord Leo. Save Leo.
Adam, Paul, if it's a choice between True Flat and stuff, I'd rather have the Leo ball.
Give us the Leo ball. I think it was Adam.
Lord Leo.
Adam took that one away. Joe threw him under the bus. Said he was all Adam. But yeah, thank you very much for joining this evening, folks. You have a great evening. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more fun. As always, I've been Zelly. You've been amazing. We've been Brozelly Gaming, and this has been Astroneer. Make sure you hit that like button, show your support for our small gaming channel, and if you want to come and join us and be a part of our community and come and join our games, here's a part of Discord. Links in the chat. But for now, I'm out of here. And a ciao for now. Where's that button? Jack, turn off the fire. You wasted